the first, I guess, real question we're gonna ask is, what's been your best experience telling your favorite joke on stage? Like your most memorable. Yeah.
Mine was in Hagerstown, and this was my first time performing there. I wasn't familiar with the crowd or anything, but I went. I accepted the gig, and nobody in there looked like me. Not one person.
They're all Asian.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, these people are not going to get me. But I just went out there and I was myself and killed. It was like no matter what I said, they were just like laughing and I mean like hysterically. And I was like, oh my God, I was made for this. I'm going to do this. I mean, no matter what joke, no matter what story I told, they were eating it up. And I've been back like 3 times since then. And for whatever reason, that audience just works for me. So I need to just like get all of them to move here so that I can be funny all the time. But that was great. I mean, it was like my first standing ovation too. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. For a while there, I was doing a set that like there was a bookend to it that a lot of crowds didn't get because it was two different jokes that had the same kind of tag on them about like somebody being like something about party people. And there was a show I did where I was late in the lineup and everybody was getting like equal time, so it was one of those like I got on and people had been like standing there paying attention for an hour and a half and we're like, all right, so yeah. It's just tough when they were like starting to get left out but they were with me and they were in it, they locked on, they got out the first joke and then they heard the tag, like the bookend at the end of the set and they got it and it was like it was just like this eruption of like, yeah, you did it! I know! I'm so glad we're together. Like that was awesome.
Yeah. We shared something.
Yeah. I know, it makes sense to somebody other than me. Like it was really, yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that feeling where you try something and it doesn't work, and then you try it like, you haven't really changed too much about it, but it's just, you know it well enough, and it works for the first time after not having worked. Like I have a joke where I do an abortion, it's an abortion joke and I do an onomatopoeia in it, and like I told it for the first couple times, people were like, and then I told it one time not having changed anything, and it really worked, and people were like, oh, I get it, that's also very disgusting. And they were like, ew. I was like, yes. But I think I don't really have favorite jokes, but I did have this one pretty funny set. We were at Queen Makeda's and everybody was there after an earlier mic, so it was like full of comics, like a whole bunch of people were there. And I had like a few whiskeys, so by the time I got to Queen Makeda's, like it was one of the drunkiest sets I've done. And I ended up doing this, I have a joke about Facebook where it sounds really seductive. And I did it in Maddie Abrams' face. Like, I got in his face, and I did the joke like this. And everybody had heard the joke before because we all hang out and we hear each other's jokes. But it was just like such a weird, intimate, and awkward moment at the same time, and everybody was just laughing at how weird it was. It was really fun. Yeah.
Alcohol works. I gotta start doing drunk sets now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, because I'm the sober comic. I don't drink at all.
At all?
No.
That's like, I feel so sorry.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Catherine's drinking straight vodka.
No ice! My favorite time doing one of my favorite jokes was I went up to Drexel to do a set. And I have this, my favorite joke is one I tell where I'm like, I'm in a white woman's bedroom, we're about to have sex, and she comes out with a kinky whip and furry handcuffs, and I'm like, and like, she's ready. So like, I'm telling a joke, and so I get to the part, and she's like, she says, so how do you feel about whips and chains? And instinctively, someone in the audience was like, I know that's right, and I broke. Like, completely, I was like, yo, I stepped away from the mic. I had a giggle fit, and like the audience loved it. They were laughing, and And I stopped the joke. I was like, all right, before I finish, round of applause for the lady that said that, because she felt that. She knew what the deal was, and so I just really appreciated it. And I finished out the joke, and it was fun. But that interjection, because usually no one likes a heckle or like to get thrown off track, but that was really funny. So I really appreciated that one. So yeah, it was favorite time.
I mean, I haven't been doing that long, but I was telling a joke that it was like the first time I told it, and for the most part, I only tell jokes like a handful of times and then I get bored with them. So like I told it, and it was in Marrakesh, it was a small room, and there wasn't really much of a reaction except for one person, and that one person's reaction made up for everyone else's reaction. And I totally was like, yes, you are the person that I'm targeting to. You and I, if I can multiply you, that's what I'm looking for. So I enjoyed that.
Wow, and they laughed?
They laughed a lot. They
laughed really
There
loud.
was like this kind of like, like
That's such a brave reaction to
And
be like the only one and to laugh that loud. That's awesome.
Well, I think it was like for that person, like it hit the way they found it funny the way that I found it funny.
Oh, that's so cool.
There was so it was like one of those things where I was like.
And I mean, you've been doing it well for, the duration of time you've been doing it for. Even though you haven't been doing it long, you've been doing it well. All of you guys, I've seen you all perform, and that's the reason why I invited you all here. It's true. It's how I feel.
That's so sweet.
And the ones that didn't show up.
Yeah. Fuck 'em. Like that's how I feel. That's real.
That's what's up.
All right. You better say it.
I got one more.
All right. Come on. My vuvuzela was in the car.